Hey y'all, how you doing? Welcome if you're new to the channel. Welcome back if you love me. I love you too. So listen, I was guided to go live, right, the last couple days, as I am right now, right, because y'all know how I do it here, or you're about to find out. And they kind of conjoined. And I watched my readings back just because I am my own best mirror, but also because some of the synchronicity charms stood out to me, right? Including the Astro dice. I mean, I am a Sag. I've got Sag Mercury. So I was like, okay. And the way the day transpired today, mind you, and I will admit it, the last reading, the Survivor's Revelation, I originally resonated as the publican. And today I communicated something and ended up being guided to re-listen to it. Let me tell y'all something. I was the survivor. My present day, after I communicated what I did, and it's so crazy because in the moment, I literally verbatim said it to the person that I was talking to. And I was literally going back and forth about whether I should or shouldn't communicate it for like days. And finally communicated it. And I'm glad I did. I'm really, really glad I did. And I was like, I know exactly who they are now, right? I know exactly who they are. And now, like, the way that I resonate to my own readings has completely shifted. So if you didn't catch those two readings, the Survivor's Revelation, and what was the other one? It was an almost personal reading, or was it a collect? It was the collective message about bringing choice into the matrix. That's what it was. So bringing choice into the matrix was the collective message, and then the Survivor's Revelation was the almost personal read. And I was like, oh my God, right? So it clicked, and so spirits guided me to go live again, and I'm like, all right. Like, let's go. Let's go. Like, I'm totally pumped. Like, let's go. So I've got Pineapple Charming. We're going to pull Pineapple Charms. For those of you who are not familiar with Pineapple Charming and you're new, he's a Synchronicity Pineapple. Okay. Synchronicity Pineapple, because we are not meant to resonate to every single reading. And I know that it is really difficult and people can get addicted to tarot online and trying to find answers to unknowns. Okay. I get it. However, it's not healthy, right? To force messages to fit that don't fit, right? So there are thousands of charms inside of Pineapple Charming. And if one or more of the charms resonate with you, chances are there is something in the message for you, whether it is the message in its entirety or just one thing that I say that kind of strikes a chord and you're having your own revelations, okay? That you were meant to catch me with that one perspective. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't for someone else, and do not force it to fit. Okay, that is the purpose of Pineapple Charming, to help you with your discernment. Okay, if none of the charms resonate with you, that's fine. You could still resonate to something in the message. Just know that it's not like a dire emergency and spirit's not, you know, slapping you into attention. So with that, let's see what kind of charms Pineapple Charming has for us today. Ooh, I'm going back in. All right. Thank you, Mr. Charming. There will be timestamps in the comments and or the description, if not both, after the live is done. Okay. Let me get my pin board. All right. Ooh, so we've got Explore, and it's the sun peeking up over the mountains. So mountains may be synchronistic. There's definitely a lake below the mountains. So mountain lakes specifically might be synchronistic. It could also be the dawn, right? The light coming after a challenging situation. You may also consider yourself an explorer, right? Take the synchronicity, how it makes sense to you. We also have 1111. So you may have specifically been seeing this one a lot lately. Okay, that is mastery of the self, mirroring in the outer experience and creating stability for you. That is the numerical. Numerological makes more sense to me, but numerical breakdown of 1111. It is when our own self-mastery, our masculine and feminine, are in a union energy, right? And that reflects inside of our outer experience. It breaks down to a 4, which is a number of stability, right? So we also have a bottle of perfume. And I literally heard love is in the air. So your energy may be quite high. Someone could be literally in love with your fragrance. You may have just bought yourself a new perfume. But we also have, oh, I fucking love it, Spirit. We were talking in the reading yesterday about treasure chests and the treasure, right? Guess what we got right now? Guess what charm we got right now. If I can get its handle up. We got the treasure chest. Oh. With the heart lock on it. It's so cute. So we got our little treasure chest charm. We also got the star card, so healing energy. Also Uranus and Aquarian energy. We've got a seashell or conch. We also have a black cat. And a whale's tail. The whale's tail always reminds me of Neptune. Specifically in Pisces right now. Then we also have a rippling heart. Golden. We were getting golden synchronicities yesterday in the guidance portion of the reading. Lots of golden synchronicities. I have one micro playing card. It is the Ace of Wands. So inspired new beginnings, right? Ignition. Passion, right? Drive. Creative spark. And then I got a whole bunch of beads. So we're about to get into a whole bunch of beads. 4 signs. I've got Pisces. I got Taurus. I've got Leo. And Scorpio. Ooh, and the 3 of diamonds was hiding under there. So I have the Ace of Wands and the 3 of diamonds. So this is a new, something new in the works, is the way I just heard it. Something new in the works. So yeah, we've got Pisces, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio. 3 out of 4 fixed signs. The only fixed sign missing is Aquarius, but it came out in the star card. Okay. So we got all the fixed signs there, which tarot resonation is the world card, right? The world card literally is represented by all 4 fixed signs. So that might be a major closure, right, of a certain cycle, or the end of something significant. Now for letters, we've got, and take them how they resonate, guys. I have no blue or pink right now. I've just got black and white. So white is yin, or white is yang. It's masculine dominant, and black is feminine dominant. That's yin. Okay. So yin and yang energies. I've got in white, I've got QQ. Okay. QQ. And then I've also got a V. All right. QQ and V. And then the black letters, I've got V, C, and R. Okay. So QQ, VV, CR. Literally VCR, depending on how old you are, you might know what a VCR is. For all of you super young folk out there, you'll have no idea what a VCR is, unless your parents just so happen to still have one. But I've got VCR here and QQV. I've also got QVC. So QVC is a certain channel, right? The QVC network. So you guys can take these as initials. You could take them as abbreviations, but they should make sense for you. We also have RV, so you might be living in an RV. Let's see. Yeah, QQVV. I feel like the doubles, just having doubles are significant. So you might have initials that are doubles. Okay. Regardless of the letter, your name might have those initials. You might also have a nickname that starts with one of those letters, to be completely fucking fair. Okay. So those are the letters. Now we're going to get into the Harrow. I'm so excited for these. For those of you not familiar with Harrow, not tarot, Harrow. Harrow are actually from the world of D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. These are the Pathfinder cards. So there is Dungeons and Dragons type verbiage inside the definitions of the cards, but I translate them into real life energy, and they tend to be extremely accurate. Spirit loves guiding me to them for these guided readings. So we're going to keep rolling with it. Harrow cards. What is going on? Spirit, that you would guide me again today to pull a message in divine time. Hey, Meta, how you doing? Hey. Oh, I know. Spirit's been spoiling us. I was so grateful today. You don't even know. I was so grateful. The revelation afterwards, I was like, oh. I could not even. I was just so grateful. It completely blew my mind, and in the best way, to be fair. All right. What is going on then, Spirit? Why have you gathered us here? In divine time, right? What do we need to know right now? Who? The Harrow is the who. Who is of concern right now? That's interesting. It came out upside down. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm going to say it's the opposite energy for that card. So we've got the big sky on one side, and then we've got the desert misaligned. All right. Bottom of the deck is the mute hag. Oh, revisiting us from yesterday. Top of the deck is the marriage. All right. Top of the deck is the marriage. Mute hags on bottom. Big sky and the desert misaligned. Because that came out blatantly upside down. So we'll see what's going on with that. Let me show you the top and bottom of the deck real quick. Underneath the mute hag is the juggler. So mute hag's on bottom. Marriage is on top. All right. Let's break it down. The marriage. It's a charisma card. The marriage is lawful, neutral in its alignment. The marriage can be a union of people, ideas, kingdoms, or other distinct things. The progeny of the salamander and the water weird shows that a union might bring forth new power from both parties. Or it might be a ruinous joining of that which should have never been united. But once wedded, the two cannot be parted. This is a card of permanent change. So we were talking about 1111, right? Inner union reflecting his outer union. For some of you, that's literally going to be the energies within yourself, right? Or whoever it is in the reading that this is going to end up resonating as. That once the two are united, for better or for worse, they do not split, right? They do not split. It is a card of permanent change. And we had all the fixed sign energy come out, right? Hey, Christina, how are you? Hi, Victoria. How y'all doing? I love y'all in my live chat. I love you guys. And then we got the mute hag, right? We got the mute hag again on the bottom. Mute hag is a wisdom card. Now, I will remind y'all what this hag is. The hag is neutral evil. And it says the hag might be silent, but the eye she holds lets her see into the hearts of men. This hag invokes blood pacts and poisonous secrets, the kind that turn brother against brother and son against father. It is a card that performers loathe as it leaves them stumbling over their words and songs. All right, so the hag, because the hag is an energy that gets between people, right? Can turn brother against brother and son against father type energy. I feel like whatever the union energy is, the marriage, the hag can't break it. The hag can't break it. It's an unbreakable union, right? It is an unbreakable union. For better or for worse, the hag is not getting in between whatever the marriage is. Okay. The big sky. It's person number 1. It's a strength card. The big sky is chaotic good. It shows an epic moment. I'm telling you that we had the survivor, right? It shows an epic moment as the slaves of a nation are freed. The slaves' freedom specifies momentous and powerful change as the old shackles are cast off in the light of day. The shackles of enslavement, right, to whatever it was, the dark energy, because we were talking yesterday about how the hag had this poisonous energy, right? What was the other card that she came out with? I don't remember, but it was talking about poison. And I was like, oh my God, right? Because the survivor ended up getting sucked into whatever this mute hag's poisonous energy was and got the level up, right? Got the level up, got a redemption second chance with the communication to the publican. So now we have freedom, right? Freedom from the chains. They are free, powerful, powerful change, right? In the light of day. So this person has come out of whatever dark night they were in, right? They came out of the dark night. Now the other energy, the desert, came out misaligned. So it's going to be read in reverse. The desert is, and I'll read it in the upright first before I translate it into the, I'll read it upright until I translate it reverse. It says, the desert is an environment so bleak that none can survive without aid. For those who find that aid, the journey across the wastes can lead to great things. Misaligned, it implies the subject cannot rely on the help of others and will assuredly be lost. The Sphinx on this card can refer to a mystic or a doctor bringing salvation in time of plague or illness. We were talking about the lost yesterday. The hag came out with the lost card, right? Can't rely on others. And I said, I literally remember, I said they need a spiritual surgeon. I said they need a spiritual surgeon. I feel like the environment, it says, it's so bleak that none can survive without aid. The whole card is in reverse, right? So I feel like there is help for this person, whoever the second energy is, in the environment. I feel like they don't want the help though, because it says they can't rely on the help of others and will assuredly be lost. I feel like the help is available. I feel like they're not seeking it or accepting it though, which is why they're lost. They don't want to hear it, right? If they're getting directions, right, the journey across the waste that would lead to great things, if they're getting directions, they're like, no, I'm going to go my own way. And these people are like, yeah, but I got a map. And they're like, I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this person just wants to do their own thing. And they may be manifesting what is essentially a spiritual surgeon, right? Someone who can get really deep with them to help them realign. Because there is help in the environment, right? They're not accepting it or choosing to receive it, but the help is there. So the desert reverse. I feel like we're going to get some clarities with the hand-drawn cards. So let's see what else is coming out here. Clarify the big sky, please. I might take all of them. Nope. I fucking love it. So listen. I got two cards here. And there are two different suns in my hand-drawn deck. And the eclipsed sun came out in the reverse. And we had the eclipse yesterday. And now we've got honor with it. Look at that. The eclipsed energy, right? The publican came out with the eclipse. The eclipse is now officially in reverse. And there's an honor there. That symbol is one for integrity. I fucking love spirit. Look, open door. Open door is on the bottom. The door opened. The survivor from yesterday's reading just opened a fucking door. They're back inside of honor, right? That vibration of honor with the publican. They're back inside with the publican. That's fucking awesome. That's fucking awesome. Y'all have no idea. Like, spirit is brilliant. Of all the fucking cards that can fly out, and the fact that one of two flew out in reverse is divine. Okay, there is no such thing as crazy. Crazy is a word that describes things we don't understand. Spirit's fucking brilliant. What are the odds, right? What are the fucking odds? Clarify the desert in reverse. Give us some more insight into the desert, please. That just blew my fucking mind. Fucking love spirit. The dawn. This is that dawn, right? The Explorer card that we came out, because this person's been lost. This person's been lost. It might sting a little. We got the honey jar on the bottom. It might sting a little, but it's going to be sweet. It's going to be sweet because whoever that desert energy is now, and look, it's the mountains, right? It's literally the mountains. It's literally the mountains with the fucking sun there. I shit you not. Fucking crazy. Like, fucking spirit. So this person, right, is going to get whatever help they need. They just are. And that's awesome. That's awesome. Let's get the energy alignment cards out. Spirit. Y'all are watching me literally freak out live. I fucking love my soul work. Y'all don't even know. Y'all do not even know. They're going to get the help they need. They're going to get the help they need. There's literally 2 people on top of that mountain with a heart. Love vibes. What's going on? Wow. Wow. Look at this. Almost looks like Christmas. We've got financially sound, realistic, creative, caring, honorable. Right? Synchronistic words. Honorable. Loving and lovable. We've got root chakra, sacral chakra, and heart chakra. That's the big sky energy. They unlocked whatever treasure. They unlocked whatever treasure they needed to unlock. That is money energy, heart chakra energy, self-love energy, grounding into the reality. That is the creative vessel bringing it through. Wow. 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 Yeah, adventurous is on top. That's that explorer energy. Adventurous to me, it's a solar plexus card too. So it's about confidence and courage and taking that leap, right? Taking that step. That's bravery. That's being spiritually brave, right? They overrode whatever fear was potentially keeping them stuck, right? They kept from getting stuck. So insight into the desert, please. Yeah, long-term goal-oriented. You know, the desert in reverse could probably be the marriage too, especially if they are dealing with the mute hag. Because they have help in the environment. They might not be taking it right now. But they might need a spiritual surgeon to get rid of the mute hag, right? And especially because we have, I guess I drew 2 people, right? 2 people on top of the mountain with the heart there above their heads, right? So that could be the married couple. Or the married energy in general, right? It's long-term goal-oriented. What else? Perceptive. It came out in the shadow upside down. So it's the bleeding heart, blind empath in reverse, right? This is perceptive. So this is not, you know, if this was someone or a couple, right, whether it's an individual or a couple that were just blindly feeling bad for someone, right, like the mute hag, they were just, you know, empathy, feeling for them. I think now they're perceiving it quite clearly, right, because the shadow came out reversed. They're very clear now, and that's the second third eye card that came out for them as well. Transparent. Throat chakra energy. Transparent. This might be a couple who previously had a hard time being open with each other. And even if they were in it for the long run, I think it is helping them communicate and not be ashamed to communicate. Helping them trust each other. Yeah, helping them self-accountability right on the top of the deck. Courageous. They're overriding old wounds of cowardice, right? So that's really cool. Let's pull some tarot. Get some actual insight into the situation with these energies. So whether I feel like because the marriage and the mute hag, I think they're in each other's mirror now. I think the other person, the big sky energy, is free from it all. I think they've kind of gotten out of being a third party in that kind of energy, right? How you doing, Kristen? Yeah, I'm live. Your intuition is spot on. But yeah, I think that the big sky energy was originally the survivor, and I think they got out of whatever the situation is. So if the marriage energy and the mute hag energy are still in each other's mirror, they could probably both be the desert and the dawn, right? Long-term goal-oriented, perceptive, transparent, right? Working on letting go of keeping secrets or feeling ashamed, right? Not just feeling bad for people and trying to help them, but actually healing, right? Getting out of that I am a failure mentality and escapism vibration, right? I think at the end, like, everybody ends up living happily ever after, to be completely fair. So Spirit, insight, please. Yeah, the big sky, 8 of Cups, they've moved forward. And look, again, the mountains with the sun rising. Only this time it's blue. How cool is that? That's cool. They're moving forward. New horizon, right? New horizon. Yeah, the World card. I knew it was going to come out. I called it. They closed a big cycle, right? A really major book, right? They closed a book. Major ending, right? Major cycle closure. They've moved forward. They're moving forward into something else, right? They've closed it out officially. They've closed it out officially. Felt like another card flipped up, but it did not. It flipped all the way back in. And we've got the 9 of Cups. That's fulfillment. That's fulfillment. They were inside the 8 of Cups needing to move forward. They closed the chapter and walked right into the 9 of Cups. That treasure chest energy. That's alignment right here. That is alignment. Hey, Kelly, how are you? How are you? Let's get some clarities. Give me a clarity for each one of these, please, Spirit, if you would be so kind. And 3 cards came out. 8 of Cups is clarified with the Princess of Discs. Yeah, they seized the light, right? They seized the opportunity. The Princess of Discs, or the Page of Coin, right? Page of Pentacles energy, creates and or seizes an opportunity. That's exactly what they did. They seized the opportunity to move forward. We got the King of Swords, right? That's the authority. It's the publican. The publican got the King of Swords yesterday, officially seeing things from a higher perspective. They've closed the cycle. They've mastered perception. They are now the authority on that. Lots of clarity. Their fulfillment with the moon, which just reminds me of dreams, right? The 9 of Cups here with the moon, it reminds me of dreams. Getting that wish, getting the dream, maybe a childhood wish. Because the moon can sometimes indicate childhood. Maybe they've gotten their wish as far as healing a childhood wound, right? They've officially mastered something and are receiving something for the completion of the healing, right? Whatever that is. Queen of Swords, yeah, that's their inner union, right? King and Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is on bottom with the Empress on top. With the Empress on top. That is high feminine energy. They're receiving. They're receiving. They got their ass in alignment. They got their ass in alignment. Hell yeah. Give me another deck. Okay, 2 decks. When you can't choose between them, you pick them both. So I've got the Prisma Vision Tarot and the Vendor deck, Volume 2. I just opened that from the bottom. All right, Spirit. What's going on with the desert and the dawn? Interesting. I got 5 out of 6 reversals. Bottom of the deck is the 4 of Wands reversed, 5 of Chalices on top. Okay. I feel like it's always darkest before the dawn, right? I think in order to really get out of that bleeding heart, blind empath energy, to truly become perceptive and to get through the fear, right, that would have us keep secrets or be ashamed. Right, we were talking about the honey jar, right? There's a sting. It's going to be sweet in the end, but it comes with a sting, right? Oh, the circus was under that. It's going to be a little bit of a show. Okay. A little bit of a show. Four of Wands. Reversed on bottom. I think that's one vision having to be let go of, a really positive vision, right? That's being released or being blocked. They might not be able to see the happy vision, right? They might not be able to see what's worth celebrating because they are focused on a third party, right? But a door has opened, right? We had the open door come out on the bottom of the deck for the big sky, right? We've got the Ace of Pentacles here with an open door and the Lover's card in the reverse, which means there might be no choice but to walk through the door, okay? Because the Lover's card is a choice. There might be no choice but to walk through the door. And or walking through the door is a hard choice to make, right? The desert was out in the desert, like help is around, but they're not taking it. So the door might be open. People might be telling them to take this open door and they might be resistant to taking it, right? The High Priestess came out in reverse with the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So they're not listening to their intuition, which is like, you probably should heed the direction that you're getting, right? And it might cost them a certain wish, or it might postpone it, right? It might postpone it. Not listening to their intuition. Being indecisive about what to do, especially if they don't know what choice to make, they might be indecisive. And we did have Piscean energy come out in the charms. Plus we had the whale tail, right? So it might be someone who is quite indecisive. Hi, Sherry. How are you? They might have detriments or harsh aspects to their Piscean placements if they don't have malefics in there outright, or be in shadow energy of their placements in there. We got the Page of Swords in reverse with the King of Wands in reverse. They can't communicate because they don't have a clear hold on the vision, right? Because the King of Wands is a master visionary, right? They have, the King of Wands has a clear, solid goal, a clear, solid vision of how they want things to turn out, and they put their drive and their willpower towards the achieving of it. But with the Four of Wands in reverse on the bottom, they don't actually have the happy vision, right? It was in reverse. And so if they don't actually know what goal they're after, they're kind of in this free flow. The current's going to take them where the current takes them, right? It's like being at a fork in the road, or a fork. It's like being at a fork in the river, right? You're going down the river, and one path looks really nice and wide and calm and beautiful, and the other side looks like crazy fucking rapids, and you're pretty sure the mist in the distance is a waterfall, right? You're like, I don't know what to do, so I'm just gonna flow. We'll see what happens. And the current is racing you towards the chaos, right? Racing you towards the rapids and the waterfall and shit. When really, with just a little bit of effort, you could have taken the peaceful side, right? And I feel like that's kind of where this energy is right now. They don't have a clear vision on where they want to go in the future. And so they're just flowing, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But if all rivers lead to the ocean, why would you take the hard river? You know what I mean? Like, for real. Hey, Sandy, how are you? So that's kind of where I'm at with their energy. I feel like they're not really listening to their intuition. I feel like they're kind of flowing. It's gonna sting. I think they might learn a little bit of the hard way, and that they probably should not have kept something a secret if that is the case. Especially with the Page of Swords in reverse. Especially if they feel bad for someone and they're in that alignment of pity, right? Or guilt. Because that's a low energy, right? It manifests a low experience. You should never feel bad for anybody or take pity on them and feel guilty for not helping them. Ever. People choose and get themselves inside of their own realities, right? They just do. The only exception is like the first 20, 25 years of life. Because we're still figuring out what our karmic ancestral wounds are, right? We're still getting hit with stuff that we, once our Saturn returns, have to heal. Yeah. I feel like the desert energy, they are long-term goal oriented, but they don't actually know what that looks like. Right? They like to plan for the future, but they don't actually have a solid grip on what that is. And it's probably because they do get distracted. So I think ultimately one person hella broke free, got the key to the treasure and unlocked that shit. They're out, right? They're out. They got their treasure. They hit it, right? They hit it. And now it's between this other energetic mirror going on with the marriage and the mute hag, and I feel like they're in a lesson with each other. All right, and it's up to them if they want to walk through the door or not. Yeah, good for you, Sandy. Good for you. Yeah. I was guided to the Lightworker Oracle, so let's do some guidance. Okay. Let's do some guidance. Yeah, if you resonate with the big sky or you resonated with the survivor from yesterday and actually went through and took in some kind of communication with the publican and you had all that click for you, you set yourself up in some great energy outside of all of this, and everybody else involved is going to be moving through the healing now, right? Which you will most likely witness, to be fair, in some which way, shape, or form. We got 2 cards. Alchemical Mutation and Hold Your Center. Cards 31 and 34. Okay. Alchemical Mutation. Says your spiritual growth is changing your mind, body, and soul. It is very real. It is helping you fulfill all aspects of your divine destiny. It is awakening spiritual talents and attracting in new energies. This process will bring tremendous joy and satisfaction. The body changes as light enters. Alchemy is catalyzed and transformation happens. Sometimes the appearance of the body changes. There will be change in how the body feels, responds, acts, and creates. Radiance increases. Lightness of being increases. If you have clairvoyant vision, you will see the increase in light as though the person is actually lit up from within, because they are. The alchemy is an empowering gift of love. Symptoms of this process can be at times challenging. There can be headaches and aches and pains and symptoms inexplicable or nearly overwhelming, including fatigue that can last for days. And then suddenly they vanish, along with a surge of new energy coming in. If you have been experiencing any of the above or wondered if these or other unusual symptoms could be a direct result of increased spiritual energy affecting the body, the answer is that it is very likely. These simple practices of alchemy include getting regular rest or additional sleep. Additional sleep is a powerful way for the body and mind to heal and repair and integrate and reorganize. Allow time for physical exercise, which can help release excess energy, especially if you tend to feel mentally congested. Finally, working with cooling energy, not cold, but refreshing as a way to discharge excess heat can be extremely beneficial too. So this is about really, one, understanding your body, right? When we go through energy changes, right? When our energetic field goes through shifts and we start to transmute and heal old wounds and break free from shit, right? The body also goes through changes. So you may need extra rest if you're getting migraines or feeling overwhelmingly tired or dealing with certain things that you don't normally deal with, or having a heightened creative drive or even a heightened sex drive, right? Like Kundalini energy, that creative energy. Make sure you're channeling it into something like a passion project, right? Use that energy in a creative way. But this is about understanding that when you start going through elevations in your energy field, your body is going to shift in alignment with the change, right? And to be aware of that so that you're not freaking out, thinking that something is happening and it's not good, when in the reality it's just shift and change is good, right? Change is good. Hold your center. The second card, card number 34. Have you been rushing out to meet others, trying to bend or accommodate their needs at the expense of your own well-being and inner peace? Now you are to strengthen your own energy, your own boundaries, to find your ground, firmly place your feet there, and do not move. Feel your feet anchoring you like a beautiful tree. Let yourself experience quiet certainty as you hold your center with commitment, courage, and consciousness. Right? So this would be great advice, right? The first card out would be great advice for the big sky. The second card out would be great advice for the desert, right? For the desert, who is working on releasing that bleeding heart, right? The blind empath energy. So it says you are learning, right, to trust your own instincts and to take your journey without comparison to the life of another. There is no need to become disheartened or distracted by comparisons or judgment. The earth needs your light, which can only come from you. You will offer so much less if you try to make it match your beauty to what you perceive to be the beauty of another. Many souls who are different and unique were not understood, acknowledged, or valued for whom they were as children. Instead, they were encouraged to conform, to change, to be other than their true self in order to be loved. This can be a hard pattern to break. Yet the time is here for you to love and honor yourself as yourself. You are beautiful. You do not need to change for another. You certainly do not need to change for the divine. You are being encouraged instead to distill your essence to become even more of you. Hold your center now and do not be rattled by any other through intimidation, confrontation, doubt, jealousy, or fear. To hold your center means you accept the innate value and worth your right to exist and thrive and accept the love that created you as you in order to fulfill your divine destiny. The oracle brings confirmation that you are on the right path. You do not need to collapse into fear or doubt or ease old guilt or make others feel more comfortable. It is not selfish or hard of you to be strong. You can hold yourself in high esteem and be gentle and loving to others, whilst absolutely refusing to accept any behavior, belief, or attitude of another that would tear you down or cast you into doubt or self-hatred. As part of your spiritual training, your soul learned to be open to receive guidance and channel healing. And this is what you needed to be able to do to function as a healer and a light worker. You're here to shine your light, to be a lighthouse for others. Yeah, know that you're safe in being yourself. You don't have to worry about hurting anybody's feelings or trying to protect anyone, you know, which in my own experience between yesterday's reading and this one, right? Today's reading, yesterday and today. The fear, right? The overriding of fear and saying, fuck it, because I literally was like, well, the golden rule, right? If I were in that position, I would want to know. And so I said, fuck it, did it, right? Aligned myself and did it because I would have wanted the same thing if it were roles reversed. And so it's like, allow yourself to be authentic, right? Your true self honestly is in alignment with Christ consciousness. Like that is our true self. That's our high self. So when you allow yourself to follow the golden rule, it's not about, well, I'm going to be nice to them because I don't want to hurt their feelings, even if that means they're still suffering and they're wounding and they're not able to heal it. Like that's not the golden rule. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want somebody making me feel better and poo-pooing me and never healing my bullshit. You know what I mean? Maybe you need someone to care more about your healings than your feelings, right? So that card about holding your center is really standing your ground inside your own energy, holding true to your conviction and knowing that whatever you end up witnessing out of in the outer experience, as it shifts, right? Because the body of our soul, if you think about this in a much macro scale, right? Our inner reflects in the outer, right? Our inner world as an individual reflects in our individual worlds. But our soul as a whole, our body is the earth and everything on it. When it starts going through changes, right? We witness it, right? We will witness the change in others, just like our physical body might shift, right? Our chemical mutation, just like our body might go through aches or pains or really extreme tiredness, right? Other people, as the outer starts to shift, right? The whole ripple starts to set off. They're going to be going through things that are uncomfortable. They're probably going to be really tired. They might need to step away and take a break, right? They might disappear for a little while. Whatever the case may be, right? They're going through their healing. And that's why it's so important for you to stand firm in that high energy, right? To stand true with what your choice was in alignment with that golden energy and let the healing transpire in the outer experience, right? Don't give way or feel weak or feel like you have to adjust because you pity or feel guilty or feel ashamed, right? Hold solid in your truth. Hold real solid in your truth, right? Do not be the blind empath, the bleeding heart, the blind empath that doesn't actually heal anybody because they haven't healed themselves, right? Blind empathy, the bleeding heart of an empath is still a wound that's bleeding all over other people, right? It just has a different mask, a different facade that it takes on the wound than a narcissist does, right? They're both wounded. Hey, Lori, how are you? I love y'all so much. Y'all are so great. I'm so happy that you're happy that I'm live. And so that's the message, guys. Like, really, really get into this vibe of feeling fucking awesome because you're in alignment with spirit and you trust yourself to just do and say what needs to be done and what needs to be said, because the golden rule would have it so. If the roles were reversed and it were the other way around and I were truly suffering with this or truly, wounded in this regard, what would I want, right? How would I want someone to handle me in the highest good, right? In my highest good, how would I want them to handle me? And sometimes that looks like being a wonderful ear and a shoulder to lean on. And sometimes that looks like getting cut the fuck off because they're intolerable. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you have to choose the medicine and remember that it's all medicine. Sometimes medicine tastes like shit, okay? It can't all taste like Dimetapp. Sometimes it tastes like NyQuil, but they both heal, right? They both help deal with whatever someone is dealing with, right? As they're going through the healing process. So just remember that, if someone doesn't want help and they're not ready for help, that's fine. If you can, stay in the energetic vicinity until you feel guided to leave it, right? Do as you're guided. Allow someone to be open, right? We don't force things. Sometimes it just takes a couple steps or a little bit of effort to get on the right path. And sometimes people still choose the rapids, right? So they're like, wee, let's go. All right. So you're the adventurous type, right? You like them hard lessons. All right. More power to you, So and trust that everybody will learn, right? All rivers do lead to the ocean. All paths lead to the same destination. It doesn't really matter what path they choose. That's why you don't have to go out of your way to force anybody on a certain path, because they're like, no, it's easier, and you're pulling them, and they end up pulling you down the fucking rapids. You know what I mean? Like, because you're sitting there trying to pull them onto the easy path, you end up getting sucked down the rapids path with them. So let people flow where they need to flow, how they need to flow, and trust that you'll end up meeting on the other side somewhere in the ocean, right? The big blue out there. So with that, y'all, I love you. I love you so much. And I will see y'all again soon. Good night, everybody.